Welcome to Tush Twins, heard exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com. Remember those website, MalcolmPresents.com, which is a streaming platform heard
Yeah,
around the world
and into
and
the
also
atmosphere.
and beyond. And
Oh
today
no.
we are the beginning.
Oh
Actually,
no.
it's January 24th. Boy, the
Oh,
year is slipping by.
oh, man. All right,
Anyway, guys, what
you
we were
two,
talking
you
about
gotta
off
chat
camera.
because hold on, I have to
Well, Maxine, I want to congratulate you and Malcolm for the founders of Free Spot for being number 8.
Number 8.
Holy moly, number
yeah,
8
that
on the
was
podcasts in the United States.
pretty yeah,
Holy crap.
on the interweb, this feed spot, they're a platform, but they
Yeah.
keep all the environmental shows, they keep tabs of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they listen. They have I don't know who the people are. I don't know who the panel is, but the guy said, the panel, I guess listened, and there's 50. And then I looked, I figured, I'm probably, 32, 47. I don't know. And then I
Numero
looked and I'm like,
ocho.
8, 8, top 10, man. So now I need to get the word out about it, and we need sponsors. So
Tell me about
anyone
it.
out there in the world want to
Yeah,
And we
sponsor
need sponsors for the Tush Twins.
right,
definitely.
we got to get a website going on this. I
Yes.
actually have someone who could probably do it. We have to pay them, but they would do it. So
Oh, that's fine with me.
I'm going to speak to her. Maybe we can get you in on a call one. She's in the Netherlands right now. So that's pretty cool.
Does she live in the Netherlands or that's just right
No,
now?
she's in school.
Oh,
She's in school. She's a grad. She lives near me, actually, not far.
Mm.
But she's not in Amsterdam. She's in some city in the south. I don't know.
That's fine, but it's
I
beautiful. Amsterdam is
I don't know.
gorgeous.
I don't
maybe
know.
she wants to do a show. We'll do a show on
Netherlands.
her.
No, she doesn't
Not
want.
like George has a show from Portugal. We'll have a
She
show from the
has
Netherlands.
she has way too much to do. She's a
Oh, I
grad.
think that would be great. And, talk about all the free, it's all legal anywhere you go.
Well, no, you're going to be talking about that on Many Shades, where we're going to do the industry of it, and what's the pros and cons on the environment,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Is it
Well,
good? Is it bad? I'm
it's
sitting here
good,
with I
but
just spilled my
there's,
tea under my microphone.
But
oh,
actually,
And
I
really.
wanted to talk about AM and FM radios or
do
Well,
radio.
you?
before we start, could I tell you what I did last night?
Well, only if we
I
could do
saw
it.
something. I went right past it because I was looking for something and I was going to go back and give you a
Yeah.
like,
Rusty,
but
can we
then I
talk about it
figured
on, can we
uh,
talk about it on Facebook?
it
No,
was on
yes,
Facebook.
it was on
Oh,
Facebook.
what was it?
I did pottery for the love of mud. And I did my first pottery thing. And I think I got more clay on my clothes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard to see, but
it's
Yeah, I can't
hard to
say.
see.
yeah, well, we see the
You
thing.
see
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Oh, is that like what was the movie with Whoopi and
We
the
played,
I knew it. I knew.
Ghosts.
talking about music.
Of course. Oh my love.
We
Oh
asked her to
my
play. She
love.
goes, she pushed the
Love.
button and was ready. There were 8 of us,
Ac-
crazy
Oh,
women.
Actually, my friend's cousin wrote Ghosts.
who?
Oh, really?
My friend's cousin wrote Ghosts.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Really?
It's one of my favorite
Yeah,
movies.
that's
Wow.
one.
Yeah. Every time I see it, I get sad a little bit because what a gorgeous
Well, the
guy.
great. That's where the song is.
Well, the song
Yes,
was done before that.
Right,
That
for
but
was
that
just
that.
but that made
huge.
it number one again.
Yeah,
Yes, it
see,
did.
movies tend to do that because I know that. Because The Lion Sleeps Tonight, which was number one in 61, it went back on the charts. Well, it went back on the charts with covers,
Covers, the Robert
right.
John.
Robert John did covers, and a
Mhm.
lot of groups did covers. And and then I think, or was it REM? One of them used it, and then of course the Lion King came out, and they used it, the song, they used it, in the movie, so
And we stood
everyone
up
knew.
and cheered.
Right, and then RCA finally did something right and re-released it during that time, and it went up in the charts. It hit like 54. So I mean, it actually was in the top 100
Charted.
again.
Well,
It
let's
charted.
see if there's a movie producer out there that wants to feature the song, in another movie.
Hello, movie producer.
And he can contact
Lions
you through
Oh,
tonight.
Tush
the Lion
Twins.
Schluffy tonight. Well, speaking of movies, I know you want to talk about AM and FM, but I think the two females in Barbie got effed.
Yes, they
And
It's,
did.
it's about time Barbie got an F.
and that if you saw the movie, was really the plot of the movie, that Ryan Gosling got nominated and Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig did not,
Yeah.
Not.
is
It's the
mind
plot.
boggling. It's preposterous.
Well, the Barbie
I don't
snub.
know. It's a huge snub. And
Which
if
I'm shocked.
you gotta, if you see the movie,
I saw it.
okay, then you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
And
she should
they,
have
geez,
gotten it.
what the hell? What the hell? I mean, America Ferrera she did well. I think I saw, I didn't see all the movies, but I saw more than I usually have.
I haven't seen
American,
it. I saw Barbie.
you saw
That's it.
Oppenheimer?
No, I didn't see anything. I don't go to the movies. I'm waiting for it all to
It's
come on.
it's online. All of them. What you just, those two movies are online.
Yeah,
Then there's
Barbie's
Barbie I
movie,
online,
saw.
and you don't have to pay for it.
Maestro's online.
That's
Maestro's
the one I want to
Fiction,
see.
American Fiction is in The Holdovers with Paul Giamatti.
Yes,
will
I want to
love
see that.
both of those movies. Are fabulous. I'm glad they were nominated.
Right now,
deserved it.
I'm surprised. I have on a taped was Golda. I'm looking forward to watching Golda.
Golda?
Well,
Yeah, about Golda Meir. She was my hero growing up.
What other Goldas do you know?
Golda, I don't
Golda.
know. I knew a Golda as a kid.
I knew I kind of know a Gilda, and then there's Gilda Radner, but it's not Golda.
Mhm.
And Gilda
I
Radner
just
was
love
amazing.
Golda Meir. She was my hero.
Yeah, so, well, in terms of the movies, that were nominated, I didn't see the Scorsese movie. It's
That's
3
what I
hours
wanna
and it's
see.
3 hours and 20 minutes. But at least if you watch it when you're home, you could stop it
You
and
could
get up,
stop it, go to the
go
bathroom, make
take a
some
whiz,
food.
get some
Well,
food,
that
come
was a
back.
problem. I saw Barbie at home,
That's what I did too.
and
No,
to
it's
me,
more fun in a movie.
and it was
I know.
lots of talk,
You got to see it
and
in the
it didn't really
movies.
see the effects of it,
No,
the color and
right. And
I thought it was wonderful.
no, I found it very flat. I said, I
Why?
know about
Really?
women's lib. I know what's happening. I know about the CEOs.
Do you?
And it just became very preachy to me.
Did it?
Yeah.
What do
No,
we
I
say about that to men?
What are you shaking a martini?
Yeah, I'm shaking it
Yes.
all right. Yeah, and I'm sure Mattel had a rough time. The CEO of Mattel had a rough time with all the money that movie made. I have a big F followed by
I'm
U.
giving a finger. I'm giving a different finger,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
just
I'm giving a
remember
finger.
it's
I'm
two
giving a finger
removed.
too. Two
Two.
removed.
All right.
Read
Two removed.
my read between the lines.
The patriarchy. Okay, may it long live forever because it's gonna kill us. You know that song, the Green Day song, "The American Dream is Killing Me."
Yes.
I love it. It's my favorite song now. I want to go see them do it in person. So yeah, I hope.
I would love to see
talking.
Green
Let's
Day.
stop talking about politics. Let's
I'm not
talk
talking
about
about
AM FM radio.
Let's talk about AM and FM radio. I
Well-
listened to AM radio growing up.
Mhm.
I listened to the good guys.
Who were they?
WABC.
No, the Good Guys was WMCA.
MCA, I mean, sorry.
Right, and
WMCA.
cousin Brucey was
Brucey was
77, right?
7.
He was the ABC, right?
See,
And what
cousin
was cousin Murray the K?
Murray the K and he
Murray
was a
was-
little before we listened to him
But
as
no,
very
no,
young.
It
Murray
was
the
it was
K, he did all the Murray the K and the swinging
Submarine
soiree.
races.
I don't know if
Yes.
he
The
was
submarine races.
submarine race
he
watching.
uh, he-
That
Murray
was
the
it.
Murray
For
the
those who
K.
don't know, that was watching the submarine races, watching while we were parked at Plum Beach off of the
Yes,
Bell
Plum
Parkway.
Beach, making out.
You were making out?
Not me.
You were kind of
I
young
was
to
one
be
of those
making.
good girls.
You're
No, I
kind
was
of
one of
No,
those
young.
good
Kind of
girls.
young to be making out when that happened.
well, we were watching
That
the
was me.
submarine.
I was making out with my Ken doll.
That's right, Ken. Yeah,
There's a funny story. This was like, I think, on a Friday or Saturday
we were
night.
ripping the Ken
Yeah.
dolls. We were looking for what was underneath the Ken doll, and all it is a bump.
A
Sorry.
bump.
Yeah, for
They
those
were
who know
eunuchs.
what the Ken doll is, they don't have
The eunuchs.
the eunuchs.
Well, so did the Barbie doll. They didn't
Well,
have any.
yeah, but the men, it was like, it was kind of funny, right?
And
It's
anyway,
like,
getting back to Murray the Key, there was
Yes.
I don't know, it must have been in the 60s or probably the late
Early
60s.
60s, late
Yeah.
50s.
He was doing he was coming to Plum Beach with his swinging soiree.
Murray the
And
K and the Swinging Soiree.
right, was
Right.
coming to
My
Plum
brothers
Beach.
did a lot of shows with Murray the K. He did a lot of shows at all the major Brooklyn
The
theaters,
Palace,
Paramount.
the Paramount.
the Paramount.
Which anyway,
But
I'll talk about that story in a minute. But anyway, so the kids
the
started
Brooklyn
coming.
Fox was the main one.
The kids
Yes.
started
Go
coming
ahead.
to Plum Beach and parking their
Yes.
cars, and they all
Mhm.
had their radios on to Murray.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, the parking lot got filled up. So what they did is they parked in the island between, the lanes.
Oh, yes.
That got filled up. Then they started parking on the road itself.
Did
So there
the
was a
police all
massive
come?
there was a massive traffic jam. And you heard Murray on the radio say, "I don't know, we can't get by here because we can't get down there because the traffic is backed up for miles." And
Right.
all of a sudden, we saw the which I used to call them the bubblegum machines, the red
Yep.
lights flashing,
Oh, yes.
and they had the
Well,
and they had the cops and the motorcycle cops. These guys were the roughest because if
that
you didn't listen to them right away, they just pushed you. I mean, they were big, and they just pushed you off the road.
really. Ooh.
And Murray never made it.
Well,
Yeah.
Murray was initially on WOR
Yes.
in 1960. Well, no, he wasn't
AM.
originally on it. Originally, he was on, it says Wins.
Yeah,
Wins. He
it was
was on
50s.
Wins.
before it became
WINS, which
news.
is now
Yes.
all news. So he was on
8,
WINS,
88, 880.
and then Wins is 1010.
1010. I
And
keep them at
CBS is 880.
Eight.
In the 50s and 60s, he was on Wins, and he was a pioneer of progressive radio at WOR when FM started in 1966, which is when you said you started working.
I started
Listening.
listening to FM radio in 1966 because I got my first FM radio as a gift from my parents, and I listened to WNEW FM, and I heard Scott Muni.
Not Muni.
And that
Mhm.
was it. I love Fats. I just loved his show every day. Beatles, lunch with the Beatles every day at 12 o'clock. It was the best
Right.
show.
Right. Well,
And he's
I was looking at this, and they're selling something on Amazon, a vinyl. It's live from the Brooklyn Fox, Murray the K. And I'm looking at, it doesn't give all the artists, but the first two artists are the Angels and the Chiffons. We know them.
I think we
And
do.
the guys did a lot of shows at Murray the K. And when I was a kid, they would take me, and I would stay in the back. Sometimes, a couple of times, when they went to a record hop, I was with the Cowsills. And Susan
I was with
Cowsill,
you.
Susan Cowsill, not all the times. There was one particular time when Susan Cowsill and I were backstage, and we were running around, and we decided to not only run around, but like scream a little and whatever. They didn't like that. They we were gonna get in trouble, and they were like, you two little girls, you sit there and behave and listen to your brothers." It was like, now she had, 4 brothers, whatever,
Yes.
and with 3, and the tokens were like all brothers to me, aside from my brother Phil and Mitch, Jay and sort of Hank.
They and
Uh,
Hank.
Jay was more closer
Yeah.
to that, but it was crazy. So anyway, so we had, then FM took over,
Yes.
and WNEW started, and people, now we were in high school and in college, and my favorite, was, we mentioned before we started, was Allison Steele,
Alison Steele, Beth the
the
Nightbird.
the Nightbird.
Every night
She
I
had
listen to her.
she had a tone that was just unbelievable, and she would come out with stuff, and I don't know, she got me through college papers, because I would be writing papers and listening to her like all the time. Every time I had a paper due, and it was usually 12, 1, 2 o'clock
I
in the
know the name,
afternoon.
but I don't remember her show. Was she music?
Yeah,
She was
yeah,
music, but she
yes.
had this
She also
very
had talk.
raspy,
Right.
wispy voice,
No, she had
and
this
she
sexy as
spoke
hell voice.
very
I mean,
sexy.
I mean, guys listen to just for that, I'm sure.
And doing
I
other
just
things
loved her
like
show.
I liked her show. I liked her whole demeanor. And now you said
Hello,
she had, hello, you can't go. What? You're not leaving us, are you? Not?
no, I'm here.
Oh,
I
okay.
froze. My
Oh,
internet says its connection is unstable,
yeah.
no,
Well,
just
no,
like
no.
it's
me.
like me and you.
Right. It meant that the host was unstable.
Well,
Well, that's
yeah,
besides the
that's,
point,
if you're
Yeah.
the
Malcolm.
host, you're definitely unstable.
Well, I'm unstable.
Uh,
I know that.
if anyone says you're stable, good luck to them. That's all I can say.
Well,
But
AM and FM. FM was the first station that could play long records. I
mhm.
mean,
Yes, they played
the
the
AM used to play like two,
LPs.
3 minute records. That was it.
They
Hmm.
played albums until
Album side.
some stupid rule went into effect that said you can't play more than like 3 songs. I mean, now currently you
Yeah.
can't play more than X. And they would play beat. They would play at
The whole
least one side.
Beatles.
They would
Yeah,
do a
they
whole
played
side.
the LP. They played the album side. That was
Yeah,
album.
like,
What day was that? I think it was Thursday or Friday, album side. I
yeah,
just, on Tuesdays was two for Tuesday.
right. They still have that. I listen to right now WFUV, which is 90.7, which comes out of Fordham University, but it is a radio station that the DJs talk about the songs they play. I mean, if to me, that's my favorite station now. I have it on in my house, and it's Sparkle's favorite station because that's what she listens
Oh,
to when I leave the house.
Well, the
So,
problem with radio now, the major stations, is they're all owned by, certain group, most of the music stations are owned by groups of
yes, it is.
certain corporate groups. And the
right,
DJ does not have the
no,
power to play the
it's
records that
gone.
he wants.
It's
No,
gone.
Basically,
It's
basically they get a pre-approved playlist
and they have to play it. If they
and they
don't,
have to
they're
play that.
fired.
So all of the radio stations, the non-public or the non-college stations, play the same music
uh,
and just gets boring.
yeah, it
That's what,
does.
and that's why I listen to Sirius Radio, but they're starting to do a loop. And you
Oh,
hear the same songs every
Right.
day, the same time for a week, and then they change it. It starts to get
Yeah,
boring.
radio. It's you know the FUV, they have more leeway to play. They'll
yeah.
put some stuff in a loop sometimes, but most times they'll play you know, like they'll do a whole Motown segment or something. Or they'll think about, they do a question of the day where there's a topic. I think today the topic was songs about not feeling good, you know. So they had all different, like I got the fever, I got the fever. They had that. They had a whole bunch of different things, but they definitely, register with the listeners because that the listeners, they contribute to the station because they want to see it, alive and well. But when you're talking about Malcolm, you're so right about the pre-program. I think it was Cumulus. if it's not, I'm sorry, Cumulus, but I think it's Cumulus. When I was in Las Vegas with the Token Bros, they
Mhm.
did something with Cumulus Radio. And the Cumulus Radio was operating on the top of the Strat, right? You know that guys know that you're
Yes.
Vegas guys. We went up to the
Hmm.
top of the Strat. The Strat has rides on it. Have you ever gone
That's
on the
what's his
ride?
name?
Yeah.
That was the DJ we worked with for
One of the guys. I don't know
yeah,
who.
I forgot his name. He was so nice.
Anyway, so we go to the top of the Strat, and apparently Cumulus from there was feeding like 100 radio stations across the
Hmm.
country. And it was right. You press a button. It was all done. And the big joke of one of the DJs goes, I'm going to be gone soon. And I should have said, oh, wait till AI shows up. But he goes, you can put a gorilla or a monkey to press the buttons. You don't need anything. There's no DJs anymore. And they just send it out. There were two giant companies. I forgot who the other was. And that's all it was, Malcolm. Right. You just press a button and it feeds out to all the stations.
Yeah, what they were trying to do is get, of course, rid of the DJs.
Right.
All they
You
needed is
know,
one DJ to control room in,
well,
Oshkosh.
that's the Tom Petty song. The last DJ plays what he wants to play, but then gets in trouble because, he
Well,
plays what he
I mean,
wants to
my
play.
favorite station in New York was an FM station, WBAI,
Mm.
which was Pacifica Radio.
Hmm.
And they used to have this guy, Larry Josephson,
It's a
who
very
would talk
left-wing
about
radio station.
anything. And of course, they were very anti-war.
Well, they're very left-wing. They're like,
Yeah.
if you have Fox, you have them on the other side, pretty much at that point.
Yeah.
Well,
They're,
they were
they're
a
no
lot of
now.
a lot of the shows they have now are like almost communist.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. I just said they're completely on the other side.
yeah.
I unfortunately I know someone who does an environmental show on there, but I think that they're too much to the other side. The extremes don't work, for me anyway. I'm not gonna
Over
listen,
here in California and Los Angeles, they have KPFK,
and
which
I
is
think they should have
the BAI.
KPFU. Is there a KPFU? No.
No, I don't think so.
We should start one. A KPFU.
Okay.
Why
I
not?
like it.
You like it?
But
KPFU?
me
You like it?
likey, but I was talking about the DJs. Allison Steele, when it turned progressive rock on WNEW in 1967,
Mm-hmm.
she became the Nightbird. But you remember Scott Muni? Do you remember
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Roscoe
Mm-hmm.
and Jonathan Schwartz?
Jonathan Schwartz, I
That was
remember.
that was my
Yeah,
favorite station. So yeah,
yeah,
it
and
was
Dave Herman,
Dave Herman and some of these
Pete
guys are
Fortinelli,
Pete
Well, then,
Fornatale.
Yeah.
but
Pete
that
Fornatale.
was that an AM station?
No, this
No,
is all,
no,
and
no. This is
Vince.
yeah.
And
That
don't forget, it was Vince Scelsa who started the Idiot's Delight program.
mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Then there's
You should
Dennis Elsa, Carol
Dennis El
Miller.
Dennis Elsis is still he's on
Elsa's here.
WFUV. He's on WFUV now.
FUB. Yeah.
Yep. If you I'm telling you, if you can go to WFUV.org and
And
listen.
Zach, do you remember when Zachary was on it?
Oh yeah,
Zach,
yeah. Zachary was on for a short, not a long. How
No,
long?
he
Not too
was
long.
on for a couple of
Zachary or
years.
Zachary? There was a Zachary that was on
Zachary.
TV.
Zachary. John Zachary.
Yeah, that was on TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Jim
remember.
Monahan, Dan Neer, Richard Neer. I mean,
Well,
all
I
these
remember
people.
Dandy Dan Daniels.
Dandy
Well,
Dan.
that was
He was
on
a good guy. He was one of the
Good
good
Guy.
guys. And that's and again, of course, Cousin Brucey. And Cousin
Cousin
Brucey used to do
Brucey.
the
He's still
Palisade.
on, isn't he?
Is he still
No,
doing
he's
it? Is he?
retired.
He's
He
Finally,
retired.
was on, yes,
he's on for a
well,
long
they
time.
he was on
He
on
was on Sirius.
Sirius,
Yeah.
yes, on the 60s channel, but about 4 or 5 years ago, they
Yeah.
retired him.
Well, over here, when I came over here, the big DJ was Rick Dees. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I know who Rick Dees
And
is.
Rick was such a nice guy. I was working in the radio business, and I was, an account executive. And I remember going to a cocktail party and he was there. And I was at the bar drinking and he came over to the bar and he introduced himself to me. Like he had to,
Nice.
like no one, he was the number one DJ in the country. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Rick Dees." I said, "Oh, really? No fooling." And he started talking to
Yeah.
me, but he was so nice and humble.
Okay.
I like, again, next.
Uh,
Oh,
Cousin Brucey
Yes, I was about
on
to
77 WABC on
see,
Saturday
yes.
night.
Hmm.
Now, Cousin
Yeah.
Brucey's Saturday night rock and
Oh,
roll
he's
party.
back?
And and the shows are taped. It's a podcast too. So he's on WABC. Cousin
FM
Brucey.
or AM?
I don't know if you can see. He's kind of it's you can listen to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. Trivia question. Do you know who the
Go ahead.
first DJ was
the
that
first DJ.
spun records over the radio, was credited for it?
Ooh,
Uh,
pray tell.
I will give you the name of his show. It's Make Believe Ballroom Time.
it's over my head. It's like, I
Martin
don't know.
Block.
I have
You
no
ever hear
clue.
that name?
No.
No.
Look up the
No.
Martin Block. He was the first
Well,
DJ who would spin records. Basically, the DJs would talk and do whatever. He was the first
yeah.
one to spin the records. Well,
Wow.
remember the old 45 records, the one with the
Of
big holes?
course.
Yep.
Yes,
I-
we used to buy them, especially when they're on sale for 69 cents.
So I don't know if you can see. This is Cousin
Yes.
Brucey,
Cousin,
and it is up. He did his show every Saturday night. So he had one last Saturday night. Cousin Brucey's
I
Saturday
do.
night rock and roll party. I'm
Because
like,
he had that every week. Now
so
Peter Noon from Herman's
right. I love
Hermits
Peter
took
Noon.
over. I know he was such a nice guy. He really is a nice guy. But he took over Cousin Bruce's spot on Saturday nights.
Oh, okay. Well,
They hired
also
him.
who's the guy in Bruce Springsteen's the other guy. He does a lot of the stuff too. You were
That's
on
Van
there
Zandt.
with Stevie Van Zandt. You were on with
Yeah.
the other
Steve Van
dude.
Zandt?
She was on Sirius, right?
What's his character's name in The Sopranos?
Mm.
Oh,
He,
he
he,
was.
he played a gangster.
I know. He was so good too.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Like him. Of course I like Bruce, so but the
But I was on. It was the Howard
you,
Stern show.
no, it was you were on Howard Stone, but this was
Yeah.
Sirius. You did it with what's his name? The
Oh,
comedian
Jackie.
The joke
I
man.
did.
You
Yeah,
did it. Did
a
you do
comedy
two of
show
them
with
or one
Jackie.
of them? I
Two.
don't remember. You did
Two.
two. I know. Oh
Yes.
God. Oh God. That's all I can say is oh God. Oh God.
Actually, I interviewed him on with Sid
I like
Mel.
Jackie. On
Jackie
where?
the joke man? On what?
Yeah, he helped Sid with Rock and Wrap It Up. Very nice man. I mean, I didn't
Oh,
meet him except over
he's a
the Zoom.
gentleman. He's a really nice person.
And then
Really
we
nice.
went well, I think I met you guys at one of the times at the was it Carnegie or which one that was still open? You had to go
Yeah.
after each show. You had to go to the deli. You had to
Yes,
go
of
to the
course.
the Carnegie Deli.
Money Dilly.
It
But
was
that's not
Stage
there
Deli.
anymore, or Stage, one of the two. I don't think.
I think it was
Are
no, it
both
was
of them not
Carnegie.
there? Are
They're
both of them
both
not?
gone.
They're both gone. Wow. Where do you get a good? You have to go down at Katz's
Yeah, they're
Well,
still
you,
or
good.
Sarge's.
well,
That's
you can
okay.
go to Langer's.
Not as good.
It's not as good as it
You go
used
to
to be.
Langer's
She
in
gave me
downtown
one of
Los
these.
Angeles.
Which
LA
one?
has good
At
delis.
Langer's, downtown Los Angeles.
Langers, I've
Langers.
been there once, but I went
I
to
don't
that other
remember it.
place. Mitchell used to take me when I
A
was
great
in LA.
You know,
pastrami Reuben.
At Bill.
arts,
Arts.
Arts.
and Nate
I
and
used to go with
Al's.
Bill and Mitch when I used to come
Right.
into LA.
Right. So we go
Yeah,
to arts, or we go to
sad
Nate
to
and
say,
Al's.
Art passed away about 10 years ago. The store's
Oh,
open. It's run by his family.
oh,
Oh,
good. It was
yeah,
good food. Good
yeah,
matzo ball soup.
arts is
There used to be
there.
Arts and Jerry's, which became a chain, and that's
Is Jerry's still there?
Jerry's.
Jerry's is
Jerry's
Oh my
still there.
Deli.
God.
It used to be a bowling alley there,
It
right?
still is.
Yes.
Still part of it. And parts of Jerry's is a
It's
big
so
bowling alley.
Jerry's is still open?
I don't know. I think they might have sold out. I'm not sure.
Really? I didn't. I
I
know.
used
I
to
saw.
love that place.
And
I
Nate
saw
Now's was
Archdale.
that was a very shishi place in Beverly Hills.
Well,
Which one?
the
Nate
interior
Now.
wasn't that shishi, but 9 out of 10. If you turned around, you'll see some TV star there somehow.
Yeah.
No, but Arts used to see people and
Oh,
was
yeah.
it Cantors? That was
Cantors.
the other one.
Oh,
I
Cantor's.
used to
That was on
Cantors.
Fairfax.
Yes, I've been to Cantors with the boys, and
And I've been to Factors. There's also
I've been to
Factors.
Yeah.
Factors also.
Factors is on Pico.
Right.
Yes.
That's in the real Jewish neighborhood.
Right, Pico.
Yeah, so is
Right. So
Fairfax.
our hotel when I was there last was not far from there because it was off between Pico and off of Beverly Boulevard, and it was walking distance. And we actually, when we got in that day, we went
thought you
there
were
for
talking
matzo
Jewish
balls,
delis.
matzo ball soup, and the pastrami and corn. We asked which one. They tell you which one to get. Like
Yeah.
you go pastrami today or corned beef, and pastrami they would go. If it's not good, it's like.
Corned beef, please.
Right.
I forget. It's not the what is the vegetarian restaurant in downtown down in Lower East Side?
Oh, Lower East Side.
Oh, it's not
Oh,
there
that
anymore.
was no, that's
It's not there anymore.
Ratner's. Ratner's, his
Right.
dairy restaurant.
Yeah,
It's gone.
It's
I
gone.
remember, I remember going to Ratner's one time with my date, and she wasn't Jewish.
Oy.
And
Oh,
no,
yeah.
and we went there and we were looking at the menu, and I didn't know how to explain it. Yeah, I knew what it tastes like, what it was made of. I didn't know.
Yeah, they
So
had a dairy, right?
so
The
we
dairy restaurant.
this waiter comes over. He must have been like 90 years old. Obviously Jewish, and we said, well, and what is this made of? He said, oh, don't worry about it. I'll give you a taste. If you don't like it, you don't have to pay.
Right, can't even explain it. Yeah,
Oy.
they had like a vegetable cutlet, I remember, with gravy
Yes.
and
That
mashed
was excellent.
potatoes. And
I used to get the blintzes and potato
I get
pancakes.
blintzes there, and there was wasn't there Sammy's?
Oh,
No, you're still there. Oh, you.
there I
Okay,
am.
you're back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You're
No,
back.
I went
was
to space.
there was a
Yes,
place.
literally.
There was a place like might have been Sammy's. I don't know where they had entered.
Sammy's. That's what I
Sammy's
just said.
Hungarian restaurant.
Sammy's
They just
Hungarian.
reopened.
Where they
They
had
just
Is it?
reopened.
Sammy's
Where
is
they had-
reopened?
Yeah.
They
Oh,
had
they
entertainment
reopened.
there. You could sing along and hear
Yes.
songs. My
Well,
favorite
I used to
thing
go to oh yeah, go ahead.
was a breaded veal cutlet.
Mm.
I used to love that.
My
Yeah.
father and mom went there on dates nights, so my father would get the steak with onions and
Yeah.
all
Well,
kinds of
also
stuff on it.
liver, right? Or something?
Oh
Yeah, that was
breaded liver. Anyway, my children,
Yeah.
you realize our
Sorry.
show's over, and you
Oy
made
so
vey.
from
Oy vey.
FM radio to kosher delis.
Kosher Delis.
From Barbie. I don't
And
know
then
how.
read between the lines.
Read between the
To
lines, and
to
cousin
little Jewish
Brucey
waiters.
and Murray the K.
And
Well,
the swinging soiree and
Yep.
By the way, I'm sorry about Buffalo. Did
me
we cover that?
too. I cried.
That was
I
next
didn't
actually
Sunday.
notice how I
cried.
didn't text you.
No, if anyone
I was.
texts me, I would have been really upset.
Anyway, guys,
Alan was upset. He
I couldn't even.
when there was like 10 seconds left, he texted, we lost.
They should have. Oh, but never mind. I don't even want to
All
go.
right.
anyway, guys,
I'm rooting for the Lions. Goodbye.
Detroit.
Detroit.
The lion sleeps tonight. Bye.
For the Lions
The
sleeps
lion
tonight,
is
and I'm a
eating my
Leo.
foot
So there.
off.
All right.
lion
Would
is
somebody
eating my
call
foot
a
off.
cop?
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, guys.
Yeah.
Ciao, Maine.
See you
Maine.
when we
See
see
you
you
next
next
time.
week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Mhm.